Workouts are underway to prepare for the 2025 West Bloomfield Lakers football season, and all across the nation, Lakers legends are hard at work preparing to stake their claim to NFL roster spots. But before they get there, among the many prolific athletes who once donned the Laker green and white, arguably the greatest edge rusher in the MHSAA's history, also did as well. The Punisher, Brandon Davis-Swain, is coming home to host his second annual football camp next week, Saturday, June 21st. Football, of course, is family, and here to tell us more about the upcoming Brandon Davis-Swain football camp is, well, let's call him the Grand Punisher, Brandon's father, Brandon Davis, with us on the Splash Live. Thank you so much for being with us, sir.
Thank you for having me. Hello, Civic Center TV.
Yeah, glad to have you on to talk about this. Such a fun camp last year when Brandon kicked this off for the first time before heading out to Boulder to start his college career at the University of Colorado. What can we expect in year number two?
We're going to expect more fun, more, community engagement, connecting with the youth. It's going to be a great time, so come on out, bring the kids, bring the families. Everything is free, and we expect to have another good turnout and just keep chugging along.
And something that Brandon is doing in putting on this camp again this year, you mentioned it's free. Any kids can attend this event.
Yes.
There was that QR code. We'll have that up on the screen periodically throughout our conversation that you can scan to sign your kids up to join in on this camp. And part of the way that this becomes a free camp for these kids is Brandon's giving back, using his NIL funds to then fundraise to put on this camp. And there's also some help from Matthew Judon. How important was it for Brandon, for yourself, for your family, to put this camp on and make sure that it was free for kids, not only in greater West Bloomfield, but surrounding areas to participate and learn?
Yeah, Metro Detroit, we wanted to make sure that the camp was free because we realized that it's guys that are already in the NFL making millions of dollars and charging kids. So me and Brandon, we sat down and we talked about it. We want to make sure that our camp is free for the kids. A lot of kids don't have $100, $150, so that doesn't mean that they shouldn't be forgotten about or to be able to come in an event also. So that's what it's for. That's why it's free. Matthew Judon, of course, is a great sponsor and a mentor of Brandon and have been for a long time, with coming back and giving jerseys to the high school and sponsoring his camp. So shout out to Matt Judon. We appreciate you as well.
And it's so important, too, because a lot of these camps that kids are going to, whether it's, as you mentioned, with professionals or with trainers, they're learning all these different skills, but they got to pay for it. There's that paywall in front of it. And football, as we mentioned earlier on, it's a family affair, whether it's within your team, within your local community. It's about bringing people together. And so it's also a great opportunity for these kids to get some of that specialized training from elite athletes without having to incur that cost. And they're going to have an opportunity to do that with Brandon and the team this year.
And also, Tyler, the inspiration, the motivation, right? The inspiration to see that, hey, you can do it too, and that's what it's about. It's about reaching back and making sure the next Brandon make it, that has the opportunity and give him the inspiration and showing him that, hey, it can be done.
Last summer, out at the first Brandon Davis-Swain annual football camp, you had talked to me, and we had that presentation on CivicCenterTV.com, and you mentioned that part of the motivation behind this from your family's side was your mother, Brandon's grandmother, who was so involved in the community when you were growing up and even beyond that. How did she inspire both you and Brandon, in this case, in your organization of this football camp?
Oh, she inspired me tremendously. Brandon, unfortunately, was 6 months when she passed away, so he didn't get the full grasp of her. But she was in the community forever since I was young at Tyndall Recreation Center, Bustle Recreation Center, Clemente Recreation Center. She worked in them. She volunteered, was a mentor to the youth. And me seeing that coming up, I knew that that was my responsibility as well. To make sure that we give back, and I instilled that in Brandon also. So she was a great inspiration in what we're doing right now.
He is the father of Brandon Davis-Swain, an all-time great West Bloomfield Lakers football player and a redshirt freshman at the University of Colorado, playing out in Boulder for Coach Deion Sanders. He'll be back in West Bloomfield June 21st for his second annual football camp. That'll be happening at West Bloomfield High School, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Registration is open as we speak, and it is open for kids 6 years old to 13 years old. Tell us more, Brandon, about that age group and why that's the target group here for this particular football camp.
Because that's the elementary kids, right? That's the middle school kids. You know, that's a pivotal time, right? Yeah. In a young man's or young woman's life. We're accepting young ladies too as well. And to figure out what they want to do, what they're inspired about. And if football is one of their inspirations, come out. You know, and that's what it's about, just inspiring the youth. That age group is a very, you know, you're going through puberty, you're trying to figure yourself out. It's you going through life at that age and trying to figure out who you're going to become. So we want to target that age group right there, right before they get to high school. We'll take some 14-year-olds as well, you know, if they're 14. There's no problem signing them up also.
And that camp is still registration open as we speak. It's happening about a week from when we're talking live here on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM to Brandon Davis, the father of Brandon Davis-Swain. We'll put that QR code up again here in just a moment. There, you see it on your screen. We'll leave it up there for a moment so you can scan that. That'll take you to the website where you can sign your kids up. 6 to 13 years old is the target age group, as Brandon said. Some 14-year-olds also will be accepted into this camp, space permitting, and it's going to be at West Bloomfield High School. Brandon, we've explored so much in the past, and I've talked with your son specifically about this as he was getting ready to leave West Bloomfield High School, how leadership along his journey from Ron Bellamy, from Coach Hilbers, from Tyrese Grice, and so many others that had coached him during his time here in the greater West Bloomfield area helped to inspire him. Now that he's at the college level, he's getting a different level of leadership, but we're seeing a lot of those leadership qualities and those principles that Deion Sanders talks about so much when he's speaking on the Colorado football program. How do you think that has been soaked in by your son and inspired him in efforts like this in his hometown?
Well, you know, just him being a leader by his actions. Brandon is a leader by his actions, and the people that you just named, you know, they led by action. You know, from all the way from Bellamy to Grice to all of his high school coaches. Shout out to everybody, you know, his D-line coaches, Coach Ivy, and all of the whole staff to where he's at now with Warren Sapp and Deion Sanders. These guys are great men. You know, these guys are men of integrity and helping the young man and the youth, you know, become great at what they want to be in life. And we need those kind of people. We need those men to come in and kind of navigate, right, the youth. And that's what it's about, to come navigate these young men to where they want to be, because these guys are the people that know and see the talent and the potential in these young men.
And they need leaders in their community. They need the adults, the coaches, the football fanatics, the experts to get involved. They need people to sponsor these events. So if people do want to get involved and they do want to sponsor these sorts of efforts with Brandon or with others, how do you suggest they get involved, either in this event or future ones?
Yeah, please get in contact with me. We need the community. Brandon is we're finding as many sponsors as possible, but anything that we don't have, he's using his own NIL money to go and put in the event to make sure that we have everything that we need. So we need the community to come in. We're looking for still all kind of different sponsorships. We'll take money, we'll take Gatorades, we'll take waters, we'll take anything to give away to the kids. It's all free, so you can get in touch with me and contact with me. My phone number, we can put it up on the screen. It's 586-625-0164. You can contact me and become a sponsor. Come help the youth. Come on out and see what we're doing. Also, we're inviting everyone out to come on out June 21st.
And we want to help you get those sponsors as well. We know the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce has so many resources, businesses that are looking to help out in these sorts of ways. They want to get their names out there, and they want to get more involved in the community. So here's what we'll do, Brandon. We're about to wrap up. We got to get going. But on the other side, we'll have you connect with our Zoom producer, and he'll give you the contact info for the director of the Chamber of Commerce, excuse me, and she may be able to get you even more resources into that. But in the meantime, if you have a business in Greater West Bloomfield, you want to sponsor this event, help the kids get into the game of football and give back with one of our greatest football stars ever here in Greater West Bloomfield in Brandon Davis-Swain. The phone number 586-625-0164. We'll put the QR code up there one more time as well for the football camp happening on Saturday, June 21st at West Bloomfield High School. Scan that, even more information, even more contacts. In the meantime, Brandon, I want to thank you so much for your time today and your continued support of our community.
Thank you. Also, we are a nonprofit real quick, so anything over $250 is a tax write-off. So we are a nonprofit second year 501c3 accredited.
All the more reason to get involved, whether you're a business, an individual, and just a football fan here in Greater West Bloomfield. Always appreciate it, Brandon, and we will see you next week Saturday at your son's football camp.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, CCTV.